Yeah! Hello there, it's me, Tarman, and welcome back. Today, we're going to be painting a World War II tank, one of my favorite tanks, a hellcat. I just picked this kit up. It is by Tamiya. I'm going to snap it together real quick, because that's the boring bits, and then we're going to hop right into the painting of this kit. But it's a little bit of a twist, and it's going to lead to something else I previously made. So, let's hop into this paint. So here is the tank. It is all put together. I did put it together to where I can pull it apart to make it easier for painting. But the next thing we're going to do, I'm going to paint it all black, and I'm going to take an airbrush and highlight it, then spray it an olive drab. So we can continue on after I do that. So yeah. And here's the tank. It is all painted and nicely done. And you can see that it is a little highlighted and all that. That just goes into where I highlighted it before I sprayed it with the olive drab. But now the next thing to do is to start pulling this little sucker apart. As you can see here, I did not finish the track, so it's easier for me to pull off when I go in and weather it with all the mud and grease and grime. So let's hop into the next thing. And the next thing we're going to do is pick out all of the black bits. So the color I'm going to use is And here we are. Got all the little black bits picked out. And in the turret too as well. So now we're going to hop into the next thing, which are the shells. I'm going to start with this, and then I'm going to go over it with this. And there we go. Now that's done, let's hop back over to the turret. I'm going to be painting some little red details in here on the handles and knobs. So then the red I'm going to be using is this, but we're also going to be using some brown because there are some leather pouches and stuff inside the turret as well. So let's hop into that. And there we go. Now we got all that picked out. Little pouches and knobs inside this turret. But the next thing we're going to do is put a wash over the shells. And the wash we're going to be using is this. And there we go. Now it's all looking nice. You can see the shells inside the chassis of the tank. Then we'll just click the turret on right here. Tie it a little bit together. As you can see here, it's looking pretty nice. It's coming along just the way I want it to. But now we're going to move on to the tools. And we're going to be mixing up these two colors together to make a nice little wood. And there we go. Now that's done. Now we're going to move on to the tools themselves, and we're going to pick them out with this. And here is the tank. Now we have all the entrenching tools and stuff picked out on this tank. And now we're starting to tie it mostly together now. As we can see here. A little bit of the interior is almost done as well. And yeah. But really the last thing to do now is the gun itself. I'm probably going to put just a wash over the back of the gun. But we need to pick out the canvas that's over the front of the turret. But we're going to be using the same colors we were using last time. But it's mostly going to be the tan with a hint of the brown. So let's hop into that. And here's the first coat done. Now really the next thing to do is to mix it up where it's a little bit brighter so we could start highlighting it to show some depth in this canvas. And there we are. Now we're just going to mix up one more shade a little bit brighter and then just highlight it a little bit more. And here's the turret. Now we got that nice canvas picked out and attached to the turret. So now the next thing to do are the decals. So the next time you see this tank, the decals will all be on it. And here's the tank. So really the last thing to do now is to give this tank a nice clear coat. And the clear coat we're going to be using is this. Well guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. I definitely enjoyed painting this kit. This is just the first part of getting the initial parts done, and then there probably will be a part 2 to the weathering side of this tank, and that's where we're going to start hopping into what is actually going on. I did mention this tank is knocked out, so I don't exactly know how it was knocked out. I'm not exactly sure how I want to approach that. I think it's more or less like yeah, just got knocked out. But there's more to it than this. But stay in tuned for that. But without further ado, please like and subscribe only if you want to. I don't care if you do. I'm just happy that you guys are watching my videos. And enjoy this little montage.